Well, hello. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so I am prepping my table here. It's still pretty messy in this room. I'm kind of safeguarding you guys from the chaos on the edges. I was thinking maybe after this live tonight, I would try to clean my lovely mess up from this week, but it's been a fun week. I hope you guys have enjoyed all of the fun ideas as we've utilized our scraps again. You know, you can't scare the scraps out of me. Literally, the scraps seem to come out of nowhere sometimes. And so utilizing those scraps to transform them into just fun creations, whether that's a quick card, like we did the pop-up cards, or a little DIY frame, or the pen toppers, or even a quick one-pager, which we're going to do tonight as well. So welcome. Glad you guys can join me. And I hope that everybody can kind of see what we have going on here. Thank you. Hello, Cindy. How are you? Okay, so yes, here is my lovely mess. So first off, the cauldron a la carte, you guys. I wanted to share, and maybe you guys are familiar with this, but there are so many ways that you can use the cauldron a la carte. Clearly, we love to use it for some Halloween, brew up a couple different fun ways to use it for Halloween. And I'm just going to share my page really quickly. Let me get that back up. It just closed the tab on me. And share with you just a few ways on how you can create with it. And then we're going to see what we can make of these leftover scraps. I have a few over here too, but this is what my table looks like right now. This is the reality of what most of the corners of my room look like right now. So first off, I wanted to share this. We had so much fun. This is me and my kiddos, my husband and my kiddos. We went to Universal. We're huge Harry Potter fans. And I just loved using that cauldron for more of a Harry Potter, not your typical like Halloween-esque type memories. But if you're a Harry Potter fan and you happen to have pictures of any type, then pull out the cauldron. It's a great little accent and accessory to document those moments as well. So definitely check that out. Are you guys seeing my screen? Is it sharing? Hopefully it is. Hold on, let me make sure that it is. Okay, it is good. Okay, so then on top of that, the cauldron can also be a gold pot, right? The lucky pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. March is coming up, so another opportunity to utilize this versatile set, this versatile designer template. And that's what's the beauty of the designer templates, is that they really do spark ideas. Surprisingly, as you're playing with it and you have that hands-on experience, inspiration starts to flow. And then, of course, utilizing your paper to transform them into fun creations. And so I always love to just kind of change that paper, and the look changes right over along with it. And so clearly doing a little pot of gold is really fun as well. Let me make sure that changed. I'm not quite sure it did. There's a slight lag, so I'm trying to figure out if I'm utilizing this. It's Friday. It's Friday. Okay, let me stop sharing and share again. There we go. Here's our pot of gold so that you guys can see that. So see what I'm sharing? Like that just instantly changes that look by changing that paper. So you get that whole new look on top of that. And then another fun way, of course, is to use it as a candy bucket. So another fun way to add or to use the cauldron. Actually, the cauldron in this layout is used in a couple different ways. So you see it there as the candy buckets. So cute. This is actually Amy, a friend of mine. She used to work here. She got another job, and so she hasn't been around in the community on the lives and stuff, but her children are growing up so fast. They're so adorable, and I'm so glad that she gets to spend time with them. And then also over on the left, the cauldron as well. So super cute. I always loved this layout. So using it as a little steaming pot. Looks like she's got some ghost float up the top, being like smoke out of that. I loved this layout. It's so cute. I loved it, loved it. And then just, of course, I always think it's fun to use the cauldron with like stuff coming out of it. And I think tonight that's kind of what I'm going to play around with, is sticking a few elements into our pot and see what we can brew up. And in this case, I just punched out some circles, and having that little bit of overflow from the cauldron out is so much fun. Always, always fun to see that. I also really love this card. I have to keep like stop sharing and then sharing again. That Shiloh created. It's such a simple card, and it's not like your typical traditional Halloween. It has a little bit more fall to it, but it's kind of that transitional, I would say, even if, you know, it might be a little bit more towards a fall cooking or something along that line. You could do it as a cooking bowl. That could be really cute. And if you want to use it as a bowl, you would just cut off the little legs on the cauldron, is probably what I would do. And so that's a few different ways that you can use the cauldron a la carte. So much fun. So I'm curious to see which one of those was your guys' favorite. Did you love the little treat bags, the pot of gold, oh gosh, there were so many ways. The cooking cauldron, you can also use it as a cooking bowl. I have not used it as a cooking bowl, but now I'm really inspired. I see a vision of it, and now I'm intrigued. So I'm going to have to play with that. But we're going to keep the spirit of Halloween tonight. And I'm going to, like I said, brew up a couple fun ways that we can create with this. So let me switch views back. Make sure everything looks nice and dandy here. And we will get to it. So yeah, super fun. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, guys, really quickly, I wanted to also mention the winner from yesterday before I get carried away and just get lost in creating, because that can happen sometimes. I did ask if you shared the video yesterday. I wanted to give a lucky winner. And Lori Cox. Lori Cox is our lucky winner. I'll tag you, of course, in the comment. But if you happen to be watching again tonight, Lori, you are our lucky winner. So please email support@Kiwi Lane to claim your haunted accessory. Okay, congrats. Let's give Lori all a quick yay and congrats. I love it. Oh, Trisha. Yes, you can see those. Let me see if I can get it back. So my scissors on my wall, I got off of Etsy. So I got those off of Etsy, and for my birthday, it was actually a gift to myself. I showed David, my husband, and I was like, this is what I want. And he was like, just order it. And I'm like, okay. They're like vintage scissors, and I just happened to find them, and I don't know what vintage it means, but they're really fun. Yeah, I love it. That was a really fun find. So it's not like a stock item though, but I don't know, go search scissors on Etsy and see what happens when you search scissors, because I think that's what I was actually doing, scissors for the wall or decor scissors, because I knew I wanted something like that. Like I said, this whole room needs to be cleaned up though. Okay, let me go back to our workstation view and we will get this party started, this creating party started. If you are creating along, hopefully whatever you're creating, let me see here, charge my battery. Okay. My phone just said no go. I'm trying to go back and forth on these views, so give me a moment. There we go. Look, all right. Why isn't it going back to my station? There we go. Pin. Okay, I think I figured it out. So to start off with, I definitely want to create a fun little spooky pot. And like I said, I think I'm going to add some things to come out of it. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. That's the fun of creating here, right? Am I on my down view? I don't think I am. You guys can't see my hand yet, can you? What is going on? All right. I guess it just likes to have both. It doesn't want to have one or the other. Well, this won't work if you can't see my hands. Let's do that. And then unpin. Clearly, I need to do this more on Fridays. So let's see if that works. And I'm going to give it a 2 seconds so that I can see if it went back down to my hand views or not from my computer. 2 more seconds. I have like a slight lag. It's not showing. Okay, well, that didn't work. Replace pin, turn video back on because nobody just wants to see that. And add pin. Let's go back to a double view and see if that works. Sorry, guys. How annoying. Stick around. Hello, Nancy. How are you? I love the y'all. The y'all. Hey, little sneak peek. You guys like my sweater? We don't know if this is going to be the final design yet. We're actually playing with a few different designs, but we will be offering a hoodie here soon. So more information on that coming soon. I just happened to be wearing it. I was testing out the sweater to see kind of like what the fabric feels like. I washed it a few times to see how it like, you know, just to make sure it's a good quality before we offer it. And I must say it is very soft. I've just been living in it. I love it. So we haven't settled on the design for sure yet. We were just testing the actual sweater, but I do like a good sweater. All right, guys, I am trying to figure out why this won't get to my down view. So I'm going to change and hopefully we're going to go to speaker. And I'm hoping that that worked now. Okay. We're going to see if that worked now. I'm trying like all the things. It was like showing the down view and then all of a sudden not showing the down view. I really want to start creating. Come on. Now it's on the desk. Was it on the desk and then not on the desk? Okay, we're there. Yay. Okay, thanks, Trisha. All right. So I'm going to start with kind of creating some kind of a cauldron, and then we'll kind of go from there. So super easy. I think it will be really cute. I have this little extra of some black glitter paper. So I'm going to flip it over because I definitely want to trace it on the back of this glitter paper. And I love that because it's instantly going to give a lot of texture and character to our cauldron to kind of work within, right? We'll go do that. And then we're going to cut this little guy out. Again, if you maybe wanted to use the cauldron as a bowl, you would just, cut off these little feet. So lots of versatile ways that you can use this one little design. So you're going to get your use out of it for sure, as you create with it and be inspired by it. I always love seeing the versatile ways that you can create with it. Look how cute. Simple, easy enough. All right. I happen to have these cute little legs that were part of a card that was for an event. So I thought I would take those off and use it in my design. So I'm going to pull out a 12 by 12 because I want to make a quick one pager. And I do love to utilize scraps. Often when I scrap up a 2-page layout, if I have extra, I'll make a quick one pager or anything like that, or a project or whatever I might have in the works. And so I'm going to pull, let's see, I need a full 12 by 12. I don't have one in my scraps that I'm working with, but I do have this one. So you guys can see that from my other kit. So I'm going to have to pull this as a background and then use my scraps around that. Okay. I'm getting kind of slim picking on my Sugar Rush scraps. After a long week of creating, it's kind of becoming a slim picking. That's okay. I have no doubt that we're going to be able to still utilize a lot of these scraps into something. So I just took a picture of my cat out on the patio, and I posted it, and I wanted to go print it, but then I just didn't get it printed yet. So I'm going to plan on adding that picture. So for the time being, I'm just going to add a photo in here somewhere, knowing that I'm going to actually do a little quick one pager of my cat. It will make my kids happy. They love that cat. I like her too. Her name is Dory. She's kind of feisty sometimes, so that annoys me a little bit. She's not feisty with the kids. She's just feisty with me sometimes. And then yet she's like wants to snuggle sometimes. And then the next moment, I don't know, maybe she's just a teenager. she's hot, cold, I don't know. Anyways, so I thought I took a picture of her because she was being so sweet. And I was like, there is one thing we have in common. She was out on the patio enjoying the fall leaves flowing around. And I thought, we have something in common. We both like fall, despite it. She's actually my daughter's. I'm trying to find, oh, there it is. I'm trying to find the cat from the Haunted because I wanted to use it because she will be in the picture. And I thought it would be cute to have a little cat represented too. We'll figure out where to put that. Anyways, so Dory, I really wish I had my picture. It's okay. I'll post a picture later when I actually print my photo off. She loves to be outdoors. And so she'll just sit on the patio sometimes and she'll just, play outside. And anyways, she's actually my daughter's Madison's cat. She got her. And she's on a mission right now. So I'm trying to be extra loving to her. So I think scrapbooking a picked page of Dory, and then I'll send it to my daughter. It will make her happy, right? She made it into the scrapbooks. I think she's already in the scrapbooks, but you know. Okay, guys, so whenever I make a one pager, I always like to do like a foundational background. I do a lot of collages when I do one pagers, which are just a little bit different than how I approach, well, they're a lot different than how I approach a two pager when I need to really incorporate, you know, 7, 8, 9 pictures. But if you're doing a quick one pager, it's really not hard to kind of dress up around 1 or 2 pictures. I guess I shouldn't say not hard, but it's a different process, meaning that usually you're one picture and then you can do a lot of just a little embellishments. And often you will see in the industry a lot of one pagers, right? We see a lot of one pagers where it's really heavy embellishments and then a few pictures, 1 or 2 pictures. I could fit another picture easily in here, which could be cute too. I only have 1 picture of her though that I'm thinking of. I could take another one though. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll get both of our cats in here because I do have 2 cats. We'll see. We'll keep creating. That's the joy of the designer templates, is that they will help you create. Yes, Lori, we actually were playing around with shoes for a designer template, and in the haunted, talking about Kat, she must have heard me talking about her. She just jumped on my table. Hey, no, go, no, oh, no, oh. Okay, down we go. She wanted to join the party. No, go. That's too funny. So you can either do a very collage-y fill, right? Meaning that you kind of cluster the items together. You could do, you know, kind of a fun effect here. I'm trying to think what else I want to, I really want that cat in here. What am I doing? I want the cat. Trying to decide. I think the cat almost needs to go stand out on its own. So maybe if I did the cat and then a tiny border, I'm just imagining something kind of running along this edge. And I do love to use the tiny borders for that kind of effect. Maybe we go something, use the ruffled edges. No, that's not quite the 5 I want. Let's see what else we got. What else we got up here? You know, I really like to show this process because this is really the one of the really beautiful things about the designer templates is to kind of, again, visualize your design before you cut into anything so that you can see if it works. Yeah, I like the little bit more subtle. It's not too busy. And then I think that the cat can kind of go up on that bump a little bit. So you can kind of see, visualize that. And then maybe we'll do little, I don't know, clusters of things down here. I mean, the cauldron speaks so much volume. Like, it's so cute in and of itself. It doesn't really need much. Joni, the trick or treat templates, those are still available through the end of October. They're from the Kiwi Club. So if you haven't grabbed them yet, I did put the link for the monthly ad up in the description. If you click on that, it'll take you to a page. You should see all of those new products for the month of October. Oh, a small pumpkin on the porch in the picture of your cat you posted. I did, Trisha. See that video? If I had that picture printed, it would have been so much inspiration. Okay, so maybe pull out Tiny Seasons that we used the other day. I actually still have those out. Cute little pumpkins. I'm even thinking some cute, I don't know, just, she's such a prima kitty in a sense. She's very, what's the right word? I don't know, entitled. She's such a kid that's like, I guess she's a cat in a lot of ways, right? I was thinking maybe even adding some tiny plants, just some cute little flowers. You know, usually you'll do a lot of, and we could cut them out of purples and stuff. I don't know. Let me see if I can find some here in our tiny plants, if they'll work. You know, that's the beauty of this, is we're going to take advantage of our scraps of paper to create this very collective look, but we're going to use our designer templates, which you can utilize on multiple pages. Again, taking advantage of your scraps, right? Instead of spending, you know, tons on Prima flowers and stuff, which honestly, when we get done cutting these little guys out, you're going to be surprised what we can create out of our scraps. There's so much weight, so many fun ways that you can create with them. I think she needs a little bit of cuteness in with her spookiness. That pretty much wraps her up. She's like sweet one moment and sour the next, a complete witch sometimes. I'm not even exaggerating, guys. Please tell me that some other people's cats are like that. No, our other cat is such a sweetheart, but she's older. So I'm thinking maybe it's because she's younger. She really is like, pet me when I want to be pet and don't touch me when I don't want to be touched. That is pretty much Dory. But we still love her. We still hang out with her when we're allowed to. So, all right. You know, my scraps out here. So we have a few different ones to choose from here. I'm trying to see if I had some yellow. What's on the back of, some pink on the back one, that one. Grab a costume and cackle for the camera. Oh, that could be cute for a cat. I'm trying to decide if I want to add it or just let the picture speak for itself. She's not really having a costume, so. So fun. Okay, so I'm thinking we should cut our cat out of this black too, to give it this nice balance. And I happen to have, of course, just a few more of that. So I think I am going to cut my cat out of this. Guys, I really need to go get my nails done. I can't pick anything up. There we go. They're really bad right now. I think I said that at the beginning of the week and I just have not had a moment. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll get up early and go. All right, so I want to trace this on the back. So I'm going to flip it and trace it that way. I want to take advantage. It's perfect. The tail goes up in that space right there. I want my cat to face the right side. So I flipped it so that when we trace it out and flip it back, it's going to cut out that right side. Like so. I think we need to put on some Halloween music to finish off this week. Hello, Pam. How are you? Yes, Pam. I took them from the thing. I was just talking about it. Aren't they adorable in this page? I love it. Hello, Barbara. How are you? All right. Let me get some music here going. Maybe, does anyone have a cute title for a cat page? I'm trying to think. Maybe I can have a little title here that's specific to a cat. I mean, one that comes to my mind is Purific or whatever, but that's not going to define Dory. I feel so bad talking to her about her this way, but it is her personality. I'm just sharing. I don't know if you guys have cats or not. They definitely like to have moods. Or Dory likes to have moods, I should say. And I think we need to do some like cauldron giveaways and even the bat giveaways to finish off this week. So I will be thinking about giveaways during this live, how we can do some giveaways, because it seems right. It's Friday and we should do a few. So I guess if you have a title option, shout it out in the comments, and then that can be a giveaway with the one that I pick. So let me know in the comments. Lori says she has one cat. Meow, Linda. That's a good, it's pretty much what she sounds like. No, actually she's not. She's like a meow when she's in her mood. I don't know. She's a gray cat. So the one that jumped on the table, that's an interesting song. That's Piper. She's the older cat. She's actually now sleeping right next to me on the floor because I took her off the table. So I gotta cut this cat out. There we go. Ooh, nice black cat for Halloween. It's super fun. I think we need some contrast here. Oh, this green in the leaves. It's going to be so bright and colorful. Super cute against that black cauldron pot. So cute. Spooky cat. Sassy cat. I should say sassy cat. What about something with fall? I'm stretching you guys here. My mind is trying to trace, cut, and think, but I'm going to stretch you guys. Need your help. So I took the picture. Trisha saw it. It's a picture of her on the porch with the pumpkins and stuff near her, and she's just, you know, enjoying the fall view. And I had posted. I guess I could journal on the page too. Say I think I said something like we have one thing in common. We both love fall, because she just loves fall. She's very content and happy out there. Puts her in a good mood, which is good. So she fall loving cat, which I get. I can understand that for sure. The Queen of Halloween. Oh, that's cute, Nancy. I was just thinking, right when you said that, I was thinking, I wonder what the queen hat, the little princess hat, it might be too big for, I was thinking if it's too big for, well, it could be cute. We could probably make it work. This little princess hat. I might have to do that one. I'll see what else we got here. The Queen of Halloween. Scratch or treat. Oh, that's kind of cute too. Look at you guys. You're pulling them out of the works here. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. What happened to my daughter? There it is. Like, where did my daughter go? Cute. Yeah, like right when you said it, Nancy, I was thinking, oh, that tiara could be so cute. Queen. That pretty much sums her up, honestly. I do love scratch or treat, Angie. I might have to do a couple pages, guys. I'm feeling inspired. I'm feeling inspired. Boo Kitty. Oh, Joni says Boo Kitty. Cute. Look how that green looks. Can you guys see that? I never know really on these videos if it comes across. So look how cute. I'm almost thinking maybe a orange background could be fun to add a lot of color. We'll see. I can always change it. All right, little purple. I'm thinking a little purple here. I will say purple is one of those colors that it's always fun when you get to use it because you don't see it much in paper lines. And I'll be honest, it is actually a harder color to design with from a designing point, but naturally it works great for Halloween. So it's kind of fun to really emphasize the purple because I don't get many opportunities to do to use purple, it feels like. So it's fun. I really like it. So I'm using the tiny plants just because I wanted little touches of flowers. And so I love just kind of layering flowers too. They're really fun to kind of utilize your scraps of paper, which is what our mission is tonight, to use these scraps, these last scraps. I will say we've made a lot this month or this week, just in the 1 week. We've made a snap frame and a card and some pen toppers and the baddie banner, which was so fun to create too. Do I need orange? There's an orange, perfect. I'm gonna get all those yummy colors right here in a row. It'll be so fun. Orange, purple, green, black, super cute. Okay, I was waiting to see if anyone else had any more coming in. I think, yeah, I think, oh, Lori, are you here with us? Yes. You won a prize. You did yesterday for sharing the video. You were a lucky random winner. So email support@kiwilane.com to the haunted accessory is the one that we were up for grabs there. So if you don't have it, then awesome. If you do, just let the team members know and they'll help get sorted out to something that you'll get a lot of creating use out of. And then our winner for the title, I think I'm going to try to squeeze in the Queen of Halloween. It's going to be, I might have to cut it out, but I think that's what I'm going to go with, the Queen of Halloween. So Nancy Livermoon, is that how you say your last name? Nancy, you are a cauldron winner. So if you also want to, I just took a screenshot of your thing and I'll email the team too, but if you also want to email support@kiwilane.com and let them know that you won the cauldron, we'll get that shipped out to you on Monday. So lots of fun ways that you can brew up some creating with this set. Okay, so naturally, once you kind of get started, or this is always how I feel. I always feel like once I get started, it makes the other decisions come together a lot quicker, right? So for me, I'm like looking at these thinking, okay, well, I'll just do green and purple again. We could also add a few other layers if we wanted to. I'm not sure it needs it though, actually. It's really cute. But yeah, I think it makes the decision of what papers to put where a little bit quicker in that case. I think I'm going to do a yellow crown. So we're going to pull in a yellow crown. Ooh. The littlest scraps, guys. We got this. Especially with these fun little accent pieces. Again, that's what's occasional one pager, or if you would like to do one pagers, then they're awesome at utilizing scraps of paper. It's often what I go for. Usually I have this cycle. I'll start with my kit, which consists of 5 to 6 pages for a 2-page layout. So I've talked about that often, about how I kind of put together paper kits, or when I'm doing a layout, I know that if I use 5 sheets of 12 by 12 paper, I can get a pretty decent 2-page layout with, you know, a good amount of pictures and still that creative satisfaction to kind of represent those memories. And then usually that transfers over to a few cards or a quick one pager like we're doing now. So it's amazing. 5 to 6 sheets of paper. I've witnessed it many times where it's like I get a 2 pager and then I get like a few cards and then I get a 1 pager. So it's amazing how the designer templates really stretch your paper for multiple use. All right, let me get a little green up here too. I feel like we need something down here in yellow, so I'm going to give that thought. Maybe pull out the tiny plants again and see if there's something in there that I want to poke out of here or more out of our pot. Linda, I'm using the pencil you gave me. I mentioned it last time. I will say you were right. I love that. I love it so much. It's awesome. Sometimes I get into the habit of just reaching for whatever's on my table. So I'll reach for like the other pencil just because I have a lot out on my table right now. But it's awesome. It's definitely like the best mechanical pencil I've ever used. I'm actually afraid to show my daughter and my husband because I think they'll take it. But Riley, my daughter, loves to sketch. So I'm like, I should share it with her because I think she'll really like them. And my husband loves to, one of his hobbies is to create maps. And so he really draws different kinds of maps. And so he also is using it. So that's why I'm hesitant to share it with them, because I feel like if they are aware, then I'll lose it. I'll lose mine. Because somehow, even if they get them, they lose theirs and then come after mine. My stuff sometimes. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure you guys have felt that way too. Okay, I'm really loving the tiny plants with the mix of Halloween. I don't know. What do you guys think? Super cute. All right. What else we got? Okay, I'm going to clean up a little bit really fast because, like I told you guys, this is getting a little bit out of control lately. Luckily, tomorrow's Saturday. Maybe I'll get a little cleaning time. We have a fall festival tomorrow, pretty much all day. But it should be fun. Oh yes, sorry Tony, I shared it yesterday, but I'll share it again. Yeah, it's Unai Guru Toga. But Linda just commented as well. Maybe some small leaves, Trisha, like from like Tiny Seasons as well. I was thinking if I put this as little extra accents, that could be yellow, and pull that yellow down. So usually on a 2-page layout, I do kind of the same thought process on my 2-page spreads. If I use a little yellow over here, I'll use a little yellow over here. I tend to do similar when I'm doing even 1-pagers. If I have, especially these 2 types of clusters happening, I like to still have a, somewhat symmetrical design, balanced correlation. Okay, that crown looks does it look a little too big for our cat? We're gonna have to make it work. I'm trying to think, ooh, what if I had the ears poking through? And I'm gonna experiment here. I'm gonna trim this down just a little. So maybe it's not so big. So I just took it and trimmed it down a little. And I'm thinking, okay, let me get my X-Acto knife. If it doesn't work, I'll cut another one out. I think it will work though. You guys, I wish you could see this mess. No, I don't wish you could see this mess of this. I went cropping this weekend. Pam was there. I don't know if Pam's still live with us. It was so much fun. And I still haven't cleaned up from that. And then, of course, just treating all week and then working. And then the kids were it's time. It's time to clean this room up. if you happen to be watching, did you put your stuff away? Do you guys do that ever? Like when you go to a crop or something? Like you have to then make a chore to put all your stuff away. Where's my cutting board? Well, I can't find it. So we are going to cut on top of this. It'll be fine. I've done it before, actually. Stuff is okay. Well, mine's not sitting in the kitchen, but you had a lot more stuff than I did. Give the cat some googly eyes. Oh, well, I should definitely give the cat some googly eyes. I've been giving googly eyes to all of my bats this week. I love them. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how I can kind of guesswork this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to draw it on. It's the way to kind of be most confident where I'm cutting, and then I'll have to erase it. Okay. Let's give this a go. And then right there. Yeah. I'm like, did it go through? It did. All right, let's see if I did well. Hold on, I gotta pull it up and work around my long nails. This one's a little off. You guys, we're gonna make this work. What do you guys think? Is it weird? Okay, I think this one needs to be a little bit longer. Hold on, I'll show it to you guys in a minute. Well, it's kind of a fun little random page anyways. So now I'm gonna erase those lines really quickly. I'm kind of a quick, just whatever gets the job done kind of person. Actually, when we were at our crop, at the crop this weekend, which I went to, was so fun. Pam actually mentioned at the end, she was like, you got so much done and you didn't bring much. And I was like, I only brought my designer templates and a few other tools. And yeah, that's all you sometimes need. What do you guys think? Suggestions? Maybe some eyes, clearly. I don't know if googly eyes will be too big. So maybe I need to pull out some enamel dots. I don't have to put the ears through. Okay, sorry, I'll hold still for a moment so you guys can tell me your opinions. Any suggestions on this one little detail? But it's gonna make the page. It's gonna personalize it for Dory. I was thinking gems too, like along the edge or like up here, and maybe like stickles, add a little contrast elements to it. Oh, Linda, how fun. I'm glad that you're back in town and you can do another stay and play. Those are always tiring, but at the same time fun. You like it? Okay. Let's see what our googly eyes look like, like Pam mentioned. Oh, I think she might be a little too cray-cray. She looks like a frog. Okay, hold on. Let me get some gems out. We're gonna go for gems. Let's see what we got. I have some black ones, some small white ones. I do have these little flowers. Maybe we'll use those. Oh, I also have some green ones. What else I got in this stash of stash? Those are kind of smaller. All right. I need to pick a few more animal dogs up. I use them often. Oh, you're back on the road, Linda, huh? Too crazy, James. Yeah, too crazy. It looks a little, it's just because they're too big. If I had the smaller ones, which honestly, I think I might just have to pick up like the itsy bitsy ones. They're like small. I've seen them, but never thought, I don't know if I'd use those, but clearly I just found a use for them. So trying to decide if I go, because these ones are nice. If I just stick to black, oh, I think it needs a little gems to it. Oh, this is not usually a problem, but I might have to pull out my setter because these nails are out of control. Now, so our neighbors are doing a boo box. So we just got booed. They just knocked and ran. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like where you've been booed. Super fun. Just I think random neighbors, which is fun. I'm excited because our neighborhood, I'm going to put a little glue because I want to make sure these are staying down when they're this small. They don't have a lot of adhesive on them. Yes, the very tiny ones. Oh, you have those, Pam. See? I need to pick a few up. Anyway, so we were booed. Okay, let me get this going. Anyways, we were booed. I'm not sure who it was though. I'm not sure what neighbor. I guess the thing I was going to share with you guys, it made me smile just a little because you got booed too. Inside of the bucket, there was some whiskey and candy. I was like, whiskey and candy. But yeah, I don't personally drink, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the whiskey, but it did make me smile. I was like, well, I guess that summarized Halloween a little bit, whiskey and candy. So yeah. But now I need to go boost somebody back. I do love things like that though, especially in the neighborhood. It's super fun. I feel like this year is just kind of where everybody's, getting back out of their comfort zones and after COVID and everything. So it's kind of fun to have little things like that happen. Yes, whiskey and candy. So when I saw it, I don't think my kids would drink it, but just in case maybe they didn't know what it was, they're like, oh, what is this? Too funny. All right. We need a little yellow. We're using this yellow stickles a lot this week. Trying to decide on the ears. Can't really tell that they're I'm gonna let that dry for a moment. Then I'll finish it off and let Alice think about it. Yeah, it made me laugh out loud too. I was like, all right, kid stuff. Okay, so we got our cat. I needed a pattern here. Let me see what we have. in our stash. I have that pattern, but that will just blend with the polka dots. That won't work. Had one other sheet or some of that blue paper. Give me a moment. I have to go see if I can see it if it's in this other pile. Yeah. Okay. There we go. I do love this plaid. It's been so much fun. Have you guys had a chance to play with your kids? If you guys are Kiwi Club members, it's been fun. Kind of a different vibe than your traditional Halloween, so it's kind of fun. All right. I think we can add a little ghost pattern up here too. Add a little bit. All right. I have a squeaky chair. I always notice that. Sorry, I was doing a little thinking, trying to figure out if that would work, but I think it will. Such a cute pattern. And sometimes I feel like one pagers take me about the same amount of time as a two pager. They're fun though. I enjoy shifting the way I approach it a little bit. Like I said, great way to use up your stash. Let me see. Trisha, let me see. What do you mean? Your idea above? Did I miss it? Sorry, I'm trying to get the comments to pull up them all. Say it again, Trisha. I can't find the comment. Say it again. I want to hear it. Okay, I think I am going to put a little yellow down here. Let's see. Pam, do you see all these little scraps that I have that I call tiny bits? And I probably don't keep tiny bits personally. I mean, they come in handy this week, but I won't keep them all. That's for sure. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure she would have a heyday. Jenny. All right. Okay, so this little guy, I'll be honest, he takes a little patience to cut. So I'm going to trace and I'll show you kind of the effort it takes to cut this guy out. This is from Tiny Plants too. So all of those were from Tiny Plants. And then we use the Cauldron a la carte and the Wild Side. I just used one of the wild sides here. I could use the other side down here if I wanted to. Trying to decide what I'm going to do there. Maybe pull out some orange cardstock. I feel like I need a little bit more orange. Feels like it needs a little bit more of the classic orange. What if you connect the 2 dots you made on the crown and put his head through it? Oh, like the whole thing. Okay, I see what you're saying. So the trick with these is to move the design through your scissors. So you'll see that my left hand, see how it's kind of pulling it back. And then around. So it just takes slowing down just a bit. Sometimes I've heard people say they like to use the small scissors for more detailed cuts, because that's what I would call fussy cutting, but it's super, makes a cute statement at the same time. But I have not, for me personally, like I have not found that small scissors make it easier or not. So I just stick to the scissors that I use all the time. But I do have small scissors. I just don't pull them out often. Cute. All right, Trish, let's see. So you're saying like connect right there. So it's like the whole head comes out. Is that what you're thinking? I'm gonna wait till I see your response. I mean, I guess if anything, I just cut another one. I have enough scraps to cut another one, so it's all well. Oh, my stickles is not dry yet. So we'll give it another moment. Yes, okay. That could be cute. I'm thinking purple, right? A little bit of purple here. So I do analyze my scraps. Sometimes I think the bigger spot is more effective to keep as a whole, because what if I have to cut something larger out or, you know, whatever. So I actually did that in my head really quickly. I was like, ooh, maybe I should put it there. And I was like, no, that's a wider spot. I'll move it over here just in case I need to use that wider spot for a reason. I don't really think it makes a difference, but there is some things that I've just kind of gotten used over time to kind of do a quick assessment of. Again, taking full potential of your paper, even the scraps, to transform them into a fun little page or card that you create. In that case. Okay, have any of you guys made a pop-up card yet? I'm telling you guys, those were so much fun. They were so fun. I only have the one left. I already gave the other one away. I have the one that we created together. You guys, these are so much fun. I want to make a few more. But yes, the bat has the googly eyes there too. Use the bottom of the crown sit behind the cat's head. When it dries, I'll pull it back out and then try it front and back to see if we can kind of get an assessment, visualize it. A small eyeball for the center of the flower. Ooh, we're getting spooky here, y'all. That's so creepy. I'm usually creeped out. It's not creepy. It's actually a cute idea, Linda. They're like live plants. I need a hole puncher, maybe to ground that a little bit. We'll ground it with some, oops, maybe this pattern. It has fill on the back if we don't like that. Let me see. I'll just ground the, well, the eyeball doesn't stand out as much though. It's kind of cute. So the witch's shoes were from another, it was like a name tag thing that I got at an event that I still had, and so I just took them off and used them on the page instead. So they were from like a kind of like a card thing. But I think we could probably make shoes for whatever it's worth. You know what we could make? We could make a broom. Oh, we should make a broom. We're going all out on this page, you guys. I was going to clean my room tonight. We'll see. What do you guys think about those eyeballs? They're back. I like to hear an echo. I think it's kind of fun. It's cute. We could add yellow, but then it's just cutesy. Oh, I'm torn. It's cute. Okay, my cat is probably, no, Stickles takes a while to dry. There is a backlash. What's going on? Oh, we could add the yellow. It'd pop more too. Well, I have some scraps for that to try that out as well. I have had this hole puncher for years and years. What do you guys think? Teal or yellow? We could do, cut this a little smaller. I don't have a smaller hole punch than this, but let me do like a wonky circle, which actually would work with this design, I think. Cute. Oops, a little too wonky. Okay. Gives it a little, it cements it a little bit more. I'm telling you guys, whenever something looks a little odd, just try one more layer. It always does the trick. Always does the trick. Try to make this a little bit more wonky than the last one. Cute. I think a little pop-up calls for a little pop-up here, which I have here. On that. You make your own little embellishments using your scraps of paper. You don't have to go too fancy, but yet keep it simple, yet it makes such a big statement as well. I love layering flowers. They're really fun. A simple circle, like a center circle, always adds a lot to the flowers. Actually, did I share you guys? I did this page at that crop that I was at this weekend, and I went all in. I was in the mood. I did like 6 layers. Did I already show you guys? I think I might have showed you guys one of the pages. Oh, there it is. See, I still have everything out. Here's what I do. 1, 2, 3, and then so not quite 6, but it was really fun. Isn't that pretty? This is the blossom flower, and then I did add in the tiny springtime and then the hello. So I just went all in. I was like, I'm going all in. And did you guys see the big leaf for next month's Kiwi Glow? Did you guys see it? I gotta find your guys' comments again. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I opened one tab and then now lost my way. This is kind of a fun song. All right. Trying to think, should I add this border? Should I not add this border? I think maybe some orange, right? We'll give our cat another moment to dry here. And then I should probably clean this room. That's the problem when you start using your scraps, you just want to keep using your scraps. Yes, I do need the tip thing on. I just pulled that out last week, Linda, but I do have the tip thing. I do need it on there. I'll do that when I clean my room, when I get all this all organized in this room. It's kind of cute, this offset at the border. Let me see if I can find a orange cardstock. It's kind of what I have in mind. Let me see if I have any pulled out anywhere. A larger orange piece of paper. I'll do just you have that sheet left. Where's oh, I had orange glitter. That could be cute. This is from a previous kit. I just found that orange. So what I'm thinking is a little bit of, you see what I'm saying? Like how that instantly helps bring a little bit more color in behind those layers. That could be fun. Or I just actually found this sheet that I have left too. Maybe go this direction. Or we could go more the warmth of the yellow. I really wish I had my picture printed off because that would help give me a sense. I do think the yellow stripe is cute. It's fun. Ooh. Linda's favorite. What's Linda's favorite? I missed it. All the above. Okay, I'm gonna trim that down really fast. And then you guys are getting all the lovely behind the scenes here because I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with this page, but we're gonna create it together. It's kind of cute. And I almost feel like I need orange just behind this piece. So I'm gonna add both, I think is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna frame it. Looks like I need to erase something there. Previous use. See, I always lose my pencil. And let's see. erase that away. Cute. Something about this time of year and the color orange, because it's like Halloween and fall, and I can't wear orange. I don't look good in orange. Actually, it's been a long time since I've tried to wear orange. We in high school, our high school colors were orange and green. So I guess I did wear orange a lot in high school, but that was a long time ago. And then I just need to ink everything. And then I think we'll adhere it. So I'm just going to take my other side that we already have part of our tiny border that we trimmed up. I'm just going to take that and tuck that in. Ink the pencil lines away. Just add a little ink. And tuck that in. I want that to stand out a little, so I'm gonna clean it up. Just right there. I'm not worried about the other stuff. I'm tucking all of that away. Cute. All right, Black Cat. You're the last thing we need to kind of get figured out here. Maybe we'll also do a couple little dots kind of to pull in little accent pieces. Like so. Could put a couple there, or I could just get some Nuvo. Probably I'll do that. Okay, I'm gonna ink these really quickly. Give it 2 more seconds. Holy cow. Come on, dry up. I had someone who mentioned to me, they're like, you just like go so fast on your inking. And I was like, I don't overthink it. That's for sure. I really don't. I just do like a quick pass. And then sometimes like if I have thicker pencil lines or something, I will, slow down and do a good covering of it. But for the most part, yeah, I just do a quick little pass. All right, now this is the fun part. Sometimes getting everything up again. Sometimes I'll even just take especially on these straight edges, I'll just take the ink pad and pass of those. And then if you want a darker like edge, I do need to ink this one. I think I'll add everything on top. It will be the simpler way tonight to do that. And then, okay. So our cat option, we can cut that part, which I kind of can see, and I think it would work. Probably more statement than that, or we could put it behind. I guess we can cut it, and if we don't like it, we could put it behind. Doesn't quite feel like it's on its head. So let's connect the cuts and let's see what that does. I think it's going to work. I got to get both of those ears in there. All right, come on. There we go. Are you guys excited to see this as much as I am? I'm kind of excited to see it. I don't know. It just looks like it's like flopping in the front. You see what I'm saying? So maybe I just pull it up as if it was, or I cut another one really quickly. Let me see. I think I could probably, actually, if I add a little bit of, if we just kind of keep it what it was, where the ears come through, maybe I'll try to poke those ears out just a little bit more. That side is really close over there. Cut the crown a little bit too short. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit more adjusting. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut down to make my ears a little bit more pokey. So take the head off a little bit. Well, hopefully one of you guys are going to create a little princess cat hat, and you will know how to do this because we'll figure it out together. Makes that one stand out a little bit more. This one's poking through. That's cute. Okay, I'm gonna add stickles to cover all of that. I think I'm gonna stickle them up all the way. I'll do it at the very end. Well, I guess I can adhere the page and then I'll take a picture. Anything else I should add? I gotta add my title, which I'm going to pull out my cutting things, and that's gonna take a little bit. So what was that title again? I took a screenshot. Bottom of the crown behind the ears. Bottom of the crown. I'm not sure, Trish. Bottom of the crown behind the ears. You have me curious now. Bottom of the crown. Oh, I did place it behind. I like it this way. It's fun. I think that they poke out just a little bit more. It's super cute, huh? Okay, and then the title was The Queen. Oh, let me see. What was it again? The Queen of Halloween. All right, guys. So I think if we add a little bit more stickles, basically across the whole crown, it's going to blend all of that together and add a little shimmer. So that's going to now have to dry pretty heavily before I can touch it again. Cute. I feel like we almost should add a little here too. See, for me, I'm always like a balancer. I'm always like, what else can I, maybe just to the end of these, just a little bit of glimmer. Okay, I need to give away a bat a la carte. We need to finish off with the bat a la carte. So here's the question of the day. It's super simple. The first person I see in the comments that shares the right answer will win the lucky little bat. Okay, so what tiny border did I use? What was the name of this tiny border? Hey, you want to see my page? I'm just finishing it.
Yes, ma'am.
You know that picture I just took of Dory?
On the porch.
I'm gonna put it right there.
Glorious.
Wanna be fun?
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
She gets her own page. Denise, yes, you're the lucky winner. Pacini? Did I say that right? Denise.
Pesenier?
Pesenier? Oh, I'm sorry. Pesenier. Is that like Italian? It feels like you want to like do Italian hands with it.
A bit like that, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Linda. Hey, Trisha.
Okay, Denise, you're a lucky winner. Email support@kiwiling.com. You got it right. Wild Side. Yes, Wild Side is the name of the tiny border. Tiny borders are so much fun to also use on a 2-page, 1-page. They're so much fun to use. They give you a nice little clustered look too. Pam's with me tonight too. They're all saying hi to you.
Hey, Pam.
Real close. It's Peseni. It's Hungarian. Oh. Peseni.
Maybe Peseni?
Yeah. I'm sure you get that
Hungarian,
question
that's
all
awesome.
the time, Denise.
Very
I'm
cool.
sure. Hello, Lori.
Good to see everybody. I'm loving like how it's sort of bright, but with the pops of black on it that give it that kind of
Contrast.
rich Halloween, but it's in a sort of bright kind of interesting way. Super cool.
I was thinking I need to add a little bit of black, something here, dots. I'm going to add my title first because I think my title is going to go right here. And then probably I'll add some journaling right there.
Have you shown them the picture yet? It's kind of hard to, I guess, because you haven't.
Well, I posted the picture, but I couldn't.
Just it's a digital one, yeah.
I couldn't get my printer to print since I took it to the crop this weekend. It won't get hooked back up, and now I'm going to have to Google it to get my printer back up, unfortunately. So.
Yep.
Yes, Melissa, everyone's loving the shoes. I know. The shoes are just a thing that I took off another card, refurbished it basically, and utilized it on this page. So they were just a refurbished design, but I think it could be really easy to create some little shoes for sure. Oh, I was going to show you guys how to use or to hurry up and make a broom, because I was thinking, I don't know, well, it doesn't need much anymore. I'm gonna have to create another page. I think I'm gonna have to make one for Dory, and I can't leave Piper out.
Can't leave her out.
They came up with a title for me, The Queen of Halloween. Isn't that perfect for Dory?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
That's why we put the crown on the hat, the cat.
That's gorgeous. And so true of cats in
Especially
general.
Dory.
Dory in particular, cats in general.
Yeah, I was telling them that she's she's known to be,
Awesome.
So on the broom, we actually shared this idea over on the blog for a Harry Potter broom. So, but it's been a while since I created one. If you have shear scissors, but if not, I'll share with you how to do it. You just create a handle. So I'm just gonna draw the best I can, like a broom handle, right? So it's just like a little, you could probably even take a tiny border if you want, but just do like a broom handle. Something like that. As far as the shoes go, I mean, I probably could put a little printable for you guys together, but I'm not an artist. My daughter's an artist, but she didn't get it from me. I would just say, since it's such a small piece, probably draw. And because of the type of, all you need is the base of the shoe, right? And then a basic strip of like striped paper, in this case, would be so cute. Little black shoe and then a striped paper. I don't know. That's how I would approach it. But let me show you the broom, because that's really simple. So we're just going to create a broom. Okay. And that's going to become our broom handle. Let me finish cutting that. Okay, so there's our broom handle. I don't know if I'm going to use it on this page, or maybe I'll create it and use it on, like I said, I'm going to maybe try another one. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut a strip of scrap. I'm just going to cut it. I don't think it needs to be terribly straight because we're going to snip into it. If you happen to have shear, scissors, you can just snip those like that, right? If you don't, just do lines of, just cut in with your scissors if you don't have a shear scissors. I'm gonna actually trim this up a little bit more. I don't need it to be that thick at the top, right? So it just depends on what color you want your broom to be. I'm trying to think, do I want my broom to be striped? It's kind of cute. Or orange. And then you just roll it like so. And if it gets to the thickness that you want, you would just cut off the extra that you don't want. Yeah, like so for me, it's getting too thick, so I'm just going to stop it. And then we're going to stick our little broomstick. I'm going to slim this up at the bottom. That's it. It's so fun. We did this for a Harry Potter. Anyways, it's over on the blog, but that's basically the mechanics of making a little broom. You could, once you get it all glued, you can tie a little ribbon around that. I'm trying to decide if I wanted the orange or the yellow. I might flip it and do it the other way because I think it could be cute, the yellow, the stripe. But I guess I now need to finish the rest of my scraps and do one other quick one pager, and then take a picture of Piper tomorrow, so that she can have her own little Halloween page too. My kids are going to love these pages when I show them. So fun. That is how you make a broom. That's it. I will get that all adhered down, tightened up, get the rest of this page laid down, and try to figure out my printer so I can post the pictures, print the pictures, and then I'll post a finished layout. I hope that you guys are inspired to do a little bit of Halloween creating yourself. It definitely gets you in the holiday spirit. It has definitely this week made me more into the holiday Halloween spirit. So hope you guys have a wonderful Halloween and a wonderful weekend. And thank you guys so much for joining me and helping me with this page. I really didn't have any plans when I started it other than using the cauldron. So that was really fun to kind of create this. And thanks again for the title. I'm excited to finish this up and share it with you guys. So until next time, you guys, keep playing to create, and I will see you in the community. Happy Halloween. Take care. Bye, guys.